Hi everyone, welcome to Vedic Astrology Study Podcast. Through this medium, I cover a breadth of some basic principles and analysis of the beautiful ancient science of Jyotish, gifted to humanity by wise ancient seers of India. Typically, there are playlists of different kinds with case studies to have a practical grounding of those principles. In this series, which will become a part of the Panchanga playlist, I am covering the science of Muhurta, or the timing of events, activities, dietary control, tuning your attitude to any given day of the month, since this is a lunar calendar. As per Vedic astrology, the human being should regulate their daily activities in alignment with the lunar cycle and the corresponding tithi of the day. You might say this is the beginning of the use of science of Jyotish consciously, with awareness and in full view of self and this space-time reality we find ourselves in. Since this deals with your everyday cycle of energies that each of us deals with on a daily basis, it's a good beginning point to start Jyotish with Panchanga study first, before you get to the charts part. If you do not know what your current tithi is, where you are on the planet, you can download the Jyotish app, which is indicated on the slide with its logo on Android or iPhone store. Download it, set its location to wherever you are on the planet. Then click on Muhurta and Panchanga part as is shown on the slide, and it will tell you the current Panchanga aspects, the Tithi, the Vara, the Karana, Yoga and Nakshatra, which is typically where moon is transiting over. Then use these series as a study material to guide your daily activities, diet, attitude for any given day. The way I shall cover each tithi here begins with the element and deity, followed by the energy of the day, what to do, what to avoid, suggested mindset, elementary, dietary consideration, and the content is covered both for Shukla Paksha and Krishna Paksha tithis. For the basics of this, see the previous tithi videos in this playlist. Let's get started. Let us begin the general discussion on Shashti now, the 6th day of the lunar month. That is to say, the 6th day after a full moon or a new moon, as it's marked in the pie chart there. This is the generalities, then we'll discuss the specifics. So this is the second of the Nanda Tithis. That's a beginning point. It's a joyous kind of beginning point energy. The first one was Pratipada, if you remember. Next one is Shashti, which we are doing now. Last one will be Ekadashi. And so going forward in the Krishna parts also. Nanda Tithis are a bunch of 3. So there are totally 15 tithis, isn't it? It goes 5 times. So there are totally 5 types of rhythms here playing out as lunar illuminations. So let's see what this tithi brings us. First of all, the energetic signature or the calibration of this. Shashti is a Nanda Tithi, the second cycle of Nanda after Pratipada, associated with joy, prosperity and positive energy. So it's a positive cycle of moving forward after the first 5 are finished. It is ruled by Venus. The 6th Tithi aligns with the Friday's Lord. Friday's Lord is Venus, and connected to the fire element in the Tithi classification. This day is brimming with life force. Not surprisingly, Lord Kartikeya or Skanda, or the warrior second son of Lord Shiva, the commander of the divine army, was born in Shashti. Think even the 6th house in Vedic astrology. Anything wrong with your 6th house, you got to go to this Lord and ask him for direction. Agni, the fire god, is also linked with this tithi. These influences make Shashti a day of vitality, courage and constructive action. It blesses immense happiness and prosperity according to classical texts. There is also a maternal protective aspect. In folk tradition, Devi Shashti is worshipped as a guardian of children and fertility, the feminine aspect, often depicted as mother goddess who protects the infants. So Shashti's energy is both boldly ambitious and protectively nurturing. This particular day, 6th day after the full moon or new moon, it's generally auspicious with a few exceptions. So what are the recommended activities? Ceremonies and beginnings. Shashti is considered ideal for important beginnings, especially those meant to bring happiness and success. Investiture ceremonies, that is assuming a new role or title. Inauguration of events, laying foundations for projects are favored. If you are starting a job or a venture, you can choose Shashti, it's a good omen. Construction and real estate. This tithi is explicitly auspicious for construction related activities and Vastu Karma. That means everything that is used in terms of house inauguration and so on and so forth. Groundbreaking ceremonies, which is called as Bhumi Puja in Vedic tradition, starting to build a house or even finalizing a property purchase can be done on this day. The energy supports the structure's prosperity and longevity. Entering a new home, what is called as Griha Pravesh. Griha means home and Pravesh means entry. So entry into your new home. In the Vedic lore, you celebrate everything that is life. Understand this, please. For all those who are not familiar, Vedic tradition is about honoring time, space, earth, all the elements. It's not just about some planet sitting in some orbit. Shashti is mentioned as a good day to start residence in a new home. The joy element blesses the home and family. If one's housewarming Muhurta can be on Shashti, aligns with other factors, it is highly promising. You want the best possible outcome. That's what we humans look for anyway, isn't it? Business deals and investments. Initiating business deals, signing contracts, or investing money can be fortunate on the 6th Tithi. The influence of Venus and Nanda's joy mean it is conducive to wealth growth and enjoyment. Wearing new clothes and jewelry, a delightful detail. Shashti is noted for wearing new garments and ornaments if you have bought some. This is a nice day to try it on for the first time. Boldly go out there and show your beauty. On a broader level, it is symbolic of prosperity and confidence. Festivals and worship. Many communities observe Skanda Shashti, Vrata. Vrata means a fast for 6 days, culminating in Shukla Shashti, especially the month of Kartik or Apipasi for Tamilians. You can go through all this in the GPT if you want to detail this. To honor Lord Murugan or Kartikeya, the second son, the younger son of Lord Shiva, the first one being Ganesha. So it's a spiritually charged day for prayers, seeking victory and protection. Worshipping Subramanya or Kartikeya or Agni, the fire element, can amplify courage and destroy negativity. Also, child-related rituals like Chhati in North India is a ceremony celebrated for the newborns are done on this day, invoking the blessings of Shashti Devi for baby's health. General tasks. Overall, Shashti's upbeat energy makes it a fine day for most regular tasks, work, studies, social gatherings, and so on. Activities to avoid on this day. Shashti is largely auspicious. Classical sources advise against marriages again on this day, just like Pratipada. It is explicitly mentioned that inauspicious tithi for marriages despite its joyful nature. Why? There may be some aggression factors involved, like 6th house, warrior class. This may seem odd, but astrologically it could be due to certain planetary alignments. Shashti is ruled by Venus, which normally favors marriage, but a combination of Skanda's warlike energy. You must understand that Skanda or the Pleiades or Lord Murugan was an army commander. He knows aggression. He can deal with fire and Agni energies. That's not very good for Venus. It will burn out all the life-giving energies. Okay, we can go deeper into that rabbit hole, but let's stick to the topic. Many Hindu Panchangas avoid scheduled weddings on Shashti days. It's possible, choose a different day for tying a knot. Avoid body oil massage or oil therapies on Shashti. Again, oil means again Saturn. Similar to Dvitiya Dwadashi, oiling of body on this day is traditionally prohibited. It is believed to potentially cause imbalances of bad health. Okay, don't put oil or bring Saturn into the picture on every day. This is one thing that even Hindus need to note. Also avoid woodwork on this day. Cutting timber or heavy carpentry is not advised. If you're building furniture or doing heavy woodworking, reschedule if feasible. Avoid initiating conflicts or confrontations unnecessarily. Shashti's deity Skanda is a warrior, that's why. So the energy could escalate fights. Don't start a fight on this day. People say it's a good day to have a fight. I come from the point of view of why have a fight at all. Better to channel it positively rather than argue with loved ones, colleagues, and so on. Suggested mindset now. Confident, protective, and duty-focused. On Shashti, cultivate a sense of joy and optimism. This Tithi boosts morale, gives you courage. Believe in your ability to succeed. It's a day to step into leadership. After all, Murugan or Skanda was an army commander. Be proactive in pursuing goals, as things have begun with an enthusiasm today are likely to survive. At the same time, embrace a positive, responsible attitude. If you have family or subordinates, take care of them. Stand up for their well-being. This is a great day to practice brahmacharya or austerity in the sense of bachelorhood as discipline and valor. Not necessarily celibacy, but disciplined harnessing of one's energy towards a goal. Be enthusiastic, but not reckless. Shashti can sometimes stoke fiery energy. You have to be careful with this energy, alright? Should any adversity appear, meet it with courage and a smile, trusting that the day's inherent positivity will carry you through. Be silent. It's not always about loud mouth or being too expressive or too judgmental. It's not about that. Also show appreciation. Venus especially loves appreciation. Remember this, 2nd house, Venus, 7th house, Venus loves appreciation. Venus does not do very well without appreciation. So convert your anger into something like gratitude and appreciation. Keep your mind pure and focused on divine. You have to embody it, not necessarily derive it from something external. Be a happy warrior. Fight the good fight with joy and protect what matters. Share your happiness freely. Diet. Considering Ayurvedic principles, on Shashti, given its vibrant and fiery association, it's a good balance to have a proper diet. To have the fire element with proper diet. People observe fast on this day, often fast for 6 days leading to Shashti on the Shukla side or the Krishna side. Because Shashti is said to bless prosperity and it's a Venus-ruled Tithi, people often prepare delicious food as a celebration of abundance. It is okay to enjoy a good food today, especially with your family. Traditional offerings to Lord Kartikeya might be including a sweet payasam or the sweet pudding, milk pudding we make in India, or other sattvic treats which you can partake of. Avoid heavy, greasy foods. Again, there's the element of avoiding massage, oil massage, or bringing too much oil into the picture. This is a Martian kind of energy and it's never a good idea to bring Saturn in, just so as an astrological principle. Oil is the guardianship of Saturn. You don't want to bring it where there is Mars. The two are pretty much opposed to each other. So avoid heavy, greasy foods. Since oil massage is avoided externally, likewise, extremely oily fried foods might not be ideal on this day. They could dampen the high energy and cause lethargy. Use moderation in everything. Spices are fine, but if you have a Pitta constitution, that is to say, if there is too much Mars and Sun very strong in your chart, you will have a Pitta constitution or too much fire, acidity in the stomach. So if that's the case, monitor that. Don't have very hot spices, especially Indians. We have very spicy food by default. Incorporating cooling elements like mint chutney or cucumber raita or coconut water to keep you cool and hydrated. If you exercise and worked hard, replenish with protein and mineral-rich foods. Iron and calcium are particularly good. Also, you might think green leafy vegetables, okay? Lentils and milk. Shashti Devi as a maternal figure suggests nourishing comfort foods, wholesome grains, warm milk with turmeric, or homemade sweets in moderation. Importantly, if you did a partial fast or intensive work, don't break it with a binge. Keep joyful moderation. Celebrate food, but don't overeat to the point of discomfort. Shashti diet can be festive yet balanced. So you have to take a balanced check on how you want to moderate your diet. These are generalities. Okay, listening to your body and giving it fuel that makes you strong and cheerful yet not dense and not able to move. This is the energy of the Shashti day in general. Now let's see the Krishna and the Shukla parts. Now, as always, in the Krishna part of the Shashti or Krishna part of any Tithi, the energy is directed more inwards, isn't it? So energy of the day is a fire turned inward, meaning inward purification, meaning doing quietly inward and probably deeply examining all your deeply held structures and belief systems. A day for karmic battles, inner purification, and stand firm in adversity. To face your inner demons using your inner fire of Agni and blessings of Lord Kartikeya, you can do this. Strength gained through challenge and restraint. What to do? Skanda Shashti, fasting and vows. The reason fasting gives a big boost to this is because your attention is not focused on satisfying the food and hunger all the time. So you can take your attention to other higher aspects. Martial practices, protective rituals, and inner discipline. It goes inward. The fire has gone inward. Facing karmic issues with courage and steadiness. It's not easy to deal with shadow until you have some degree of courage, isn't it? Spiritual battle practices like mantra japa and tapas. So whatever you do as meditation, chanting mantras for example, you are invoking fire. Remember, if you are doing mantra japa, it invokes a lot of fire. I can tell you this from experience. What to avoid? Wasteful aggression, anger, or harshness towards others. Why do you need that anyway? Especially not on waning cycle. Indulgence in luxury that weakens discipline. Too much of Venus going forward and greed for money, lust, and so on is not a good idea. Escapism when karmic challenges arise, that also should avoid. Suggested mindset: valor expressed through patience and endurance. Courage to confront karmic tests. Again, it's time to go inward. Agni is where the seeds of your Akashic karma is burnt. Okay, this is the depiction of how karma is got rid of. So this is a good day to examine the shadow parts of yourself. Courage to confront karmic tests. Be a warrior of truth, inwardly and outwardly. Diet: simple energizing meals like khichdi, lentils cooked with rice in India, green vegetables, and spiced lentils. Support tapas or meditation with fresh light cooked food. Keep it as light as possible is my suggestion. Don't overburden the digestive system. Avoid heavy foods, avoid stimulants, avoid meats, avoid alcohol, avoid oily foods, avoid caffeine, strong spices, because the energy is such. If you tune yourself with the energy, very less you need to worry about these kinds of things, I feel. Next we shall take up Saptami, the 7th Tithi. Take care, be safe.